You're watching live pictures outside the MCG as the Cats fans, one by one, slowly make their way, just relishing and enjoying the moment after their heroic victory today here at the MCG against St Kilda. What a game of footy it was, and all those fans enjoying it, loving every minute of it now. But unfortunately on the other side there's always a loser, and the loser St Kilda and their coach Ross Lyon, who's done such a brilliant job this year. He's just about ready for the media, and we'll cross live as soon as Ross is ready to talk. It's going to be a hard yards for him, but here he is.
The match.
Sorry?
Say to the players immediately after the match.
Oh, look, I don't want to be too specific, except I think we all saw their effort, did a lot right. Thought we had opportunities we didn't take. Probably understand how the Bulldogs feel a little bit. You know, so, but to Geelong's credit, they're a great side, and when they had to stand up, they stood up, you know. So it's a pretty simple message.
I'm not sure if it's fair to say that you haven't shown much emotion over the course of the year, yet you actually seem very emotional now.
Oh, I'm happy for everyone to make judgments on what they think I am and not. That's fine. No problem at all. It's a, you know, we can't wear our heart in our sleeve. We're leaders of the club. Obviously, it's an emotional day, and I see my boys hurting, and I can't question their effort and their commitment, and they gave themselves an opportunity. So obviously, I'm upset for them, and I'm upset for the club, and a lot of people put in a lot of work, and it's a lot of work to get back here, so it can be a little bit overwhelming, you know. So, but in saying that, I don't think we crumbled under the grand final heat. We stood up. Simple terms, we're a better team, we're a better club than where we were at the end of 08. When that's the aim again next year, you know. So there's a role model in front of us about the work that needs to be done and the improvement that we need to do to try and get hold of what we want, you know. So close but so far.
Did you feel that you ran out of legs at all in the last 15 minutes?
Well, not particularly, you know. It was a brutal encounter. It always looks like that, you know. I think we had opportunities that, yeah, probably. I think they went a bit more one-on-one, and they didn't have to find us as much. So all credit to Geelong, you know. I thought we left the door ajar, and they took their opportunity. It's pretty simple, you know.
Ross, with that every change, did you ever think that you were in control of the match?
I thought we had periods where we controlled the game, no doubt. You know, certain quarters, I thought they started, you know. My entries at half-time 37-15. I mean, you've had a reasonable go at it, haven't you? You know, so, you know, I thought the second quarter was a dominant quarter. Would have liked a little bit more reward, but to Geelong's credit, they fought on like caged lions and never gave up the ghost, and persisted until it turned their way, and that's what great sides do. So,
Ross, you talk about lost opportunities. I guess those missed shots of goal in the second quarter, they really came back to bite you.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be too specific, but that's AFL footy, isn't it? You know, if you want to be the best, you've got to execute. It's effort and execution. It's pretty simple.
Where do you look
to improve for next year, which I'm sure you think you'd like to do? Is it a personnel thing? Are there people you'd like to bring in, or are you happy with the group and you just want to get that little bit more?
Oh, look, I think it's a reasonably large question to answer post a significant loss, to be fair. We'll go away and assess it, but there's obvious areas to improve on, you know.
How's the 2 injuries to Kilda?
Look, guess what? Injuries don't count, you know. He's fine, he played.
It looked like he'd done a collarbone there. Was he on?
I haven't. I said get him back out there, do whatever you do, and I haven't even worried about asking what it is, to be honest, because I didn't care. They can either play or they don't. He went back on the field, so he was fit to play. But it was a courageous effort, obviously.
How did you see your captain's performance today, and how difficult has it been to manage his knee as the season?
Look, I thought he led from the front. Thought he stood up in really difficult conditions for the tour, but he did. He competed. We had plenty of ground level opportunities, and I thought he willed himself to a lot of contests. And obviously he's been sore, but you know, his mind controls his body, and he pushes through all of those things. You know, we're certainly not putting him at risk because he's too important an asset to the club. So it's certainly no. If there was any hint that we would be damaging him for the future, he wouldn't be playing. So I don't want to go into detail, but there's something that he can manage and play with, as I imagine a lot of players out there. But obviously he's one of the highest profile players in the competition. So everyone has a really good look at it, you know. But there's lesser lights playing with injuries that you wouldn't even know, you know.
Ross, you said you're a better team. Up here, mate. You're a better team from 12 months ago. How much have you learnt and how much have you improved in that 12 months as a coach?
I'd like to take some of the credit, but I think it's mostly the players. We challenged them pre-season to grow and improve, and you know, in simple terms, there's been a number of individuals that have gone to that, you know, next level in their football, and we'll need a lot of players to improve again, you know, because the only constant in AFL football's change. So we feel we've got a game plan that stands up anywhere, any conditions, any time, and we think we can make it better. We'll work hard. We need to move with the trends. We felt we've done that, and we'll continue to add draft talent, trade for talent, improve our football, improve our training, improve our medical. Everything will leave no stone unturned to get better. So, you know, I can't give you a figure of how much we've improved, but clearly we've improved. What have we lost? How many games for the year? 3, by a total of 20 points. We're reasonable.
How difficult is it going to be mentally for the players next year to try and reproduce that same sort of season get up having come so close?
Look, I can't speak for them, you know, but if anyone's not up for the challenge, they can walk in and tell me, and I'll move them on. But if they're up for the challenge, we'll work hard and we'll focus on session by session, moment by moment, and then we'll worry about round 1 when it gets here.
Ross, what did you make of Lenny Hayes' game today?
Oh, look, I thought all our players stood up, you know. I thought he was pretty good, wasn't he? Yeah, he was pretty good. Yeah.
Was it a feeling of like helplessness in those last 4 minutes? Is there really nothing you can do? Is it in the lap?
No, not really. We're trying to organise things, and they were going tall for small in their front half, and maybe I worried about that more than I needed to, and the players were pretty comfortable, so maybe the interchanges a little bit, maybe a little bit bomby late, you know, when it opened up. But we'd been going in all day, you know, so a little bit bomby late. Maybe that was my instruction. Go quickly, go to the tools, put them under pressure.
Ross, converting to get more on the scoreboard, what do you think was most challenging for you all guys?
Pardon?
What do you think was most challenging besides just getting a better conversion rate?
I don't quite get the question.
What do you think you were striving to work hardest at to decide just
win the ball? Yeah. We want to keep winning the ball. I didn't think there was a lot, you know. I think it's a game of inches and opportunities. There's nothing staring me in the face that I'd do too much differently.
The style of play is obviously very physically taxing over a longer period of time. Do you think that if you look back at the last 6 weeks of the year where you started to lose those contested ball counts a few times, do you reckon it wore you down, or you weren't able to sustain it?
Oh, not particularly. I don't think so. I think there's been a lot made of our style of play. I don't think it's too different to many other teams in the competition. We just don't tackle. We win the ball pretty well, and we move from stoppages pretty well, and we run it pretty well. You know what I mean? I think there's a bit too much made of that, you know. To be honest, I think we're in a holding pattern. We're waiting for the finals.
Was the loss last year seemed to burn away to Geelong and prove a motivation? Would you hope that the same will apply?
Yeah, I'd certainly hope for that to be a stimulus, yeah.
All right, we're all good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.